by the communications table. I was looking for the graphic design table, but someone said to just come to the communications table. But anyway, I want to be a graphic designer, and I want to talk to someone about it.
Is that so? Well, there's something I gotta let you know. Being a graphic designer isn't what it's cracked up to be. And just because you graduate, that doesn't mean that you're immediately gonna go to Japan and be accepted as some great video game designer for Square Enix or something. Understand?
I didn't say anything about Japan. Square Enix. What?
Either way, Princess, if you're smarter than most of your peers, which isn't that hard to do, you might be able to make it.
What do you mean?
Can you read?
Yeah.
Can you write?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations! You're smarter than 90% of your peers. At least you got the most important part of visual communications down.
I don't think I...
Now all you gotta do is graduate. And it won't frickin' matter if you graduate at the top of your class, because there's a million other kids out there just like you who want to be great artists and graphic designers. So why are you so special? Even if you do get it, it's not like they'll pay you.
What?
No, they'll keep you hanging on for like a year and then barely pay you above minimum wage after that. And they won't be grateful for any of your contributions either. So, there you go. That's graphic design for you. Any questions? I didn't think so. I'm gonna go have a smoke break. Bye, Princess.
Yeah. Tracy Kyles, this is Designer's Eye, of course, and this is my friend Josh.
I'm Josh.
Mm-hmm. You graduated around the same year. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little bit after you.
Yeah.
About a semester or something.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Okay. A long time ago. Was that a year?
2012.
2 years. Wow. Yeah. No, I graduated a year after you did. I graduated in 13, so were you fall or spring?
Spring.
Spring, okay. Yeah, it was spring too, so a year, I don't know. It all kind of gets jumbled together. But anyway, so this video, this was based on a real conversation you had.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
It was 2007 or 8 or so, and Austin Peay had a business convention in their UC. And I just walked in and I was like, oh, I could probably talk to a real graphic designer. And they were like, well, there's no graphic designer, but there's a media table. So I walked up to the media table, and then there was this guy. And that's not the exact conversation verbatim, but that was pretty much the base of the conversation. It was pretty cynical kind of conversation where he implied that most of us weren't intelligent enough and all of that, basically.
This guy sounds like he's been jaded. Like something happened. He didn't achieve his dreams being a graphic designer. Is that the impression that you got?
Yeah, I mean, especially thinking back on it now and going through my experiences, I think that's what's happened. Unfortunately, there are some aspects of the industry that do jade some people, but it's not all.
Like what?
Well, it is, the few things he did get right is it is a competitive field. It really is, and there's a lot of convincing, I guess, you have to do with your customers and with whoever you're working with, and you know, depending on some fields, sometimes it does get a little stressful. So that is true. Those are aspects that are true, you know.
Now, you said that they pointed you to the communications table.
Yes.
So you don't even know if this guy was an actual graphic designer. He might have just been somebody, he might have been a radio marketing.
Yes.
Okay, so do you feel that was sort of maybe a disservice, that they didn't put you in touch with somebody who was actually in the field that you were interested in?
A little bit. Though he tried to tell me, oh, it's all kind of the same. It's all a form of communications. It all works along advertising, communicating ideas, representing companies, stuff like that.
But there's a difference between visual communication and how you would communicate through radio. So he might not have known what he was talking about.
Pretty much.
So I guess you got to take you know, what you can get out of it. So that conversation, do you think you got anything of value out of it?
Not really. I mean, a little bit, but a little bit not. Like, I guess what I got out of it was I understood that the industry of communications in general can sometimes make people a little jaded. That's what I guess I perceived. But what I also got out of it, I guess, was, I guess what I'm trying to say here is there's a little bit of, I got to experience doubt for the first time at that moment. you know.
Okay. So let's turn the tables. All right. You're now the professional graphic designer, and you're at a job fair, and a young, enthusiastic student has approached you, obviously interested in graphic design. What do you tell them?
I guess what I would tell them was it is competitive, you know, and it's going to take some time, but you got it, you can do it.
Okay. So you would, as opposed to this guy that you had interaction with, you know, you would build up, say, hey, look, you know, it's tough, but you got to just keep doing it. Give them a more positive spin on it.
Yeah.
Than he did. Okay, give them a little bit more hope.
Mm-hmm.
All right, definitely cool.
Then I would, of course, also give them advice, like network. Network.
Network.
Know some people. Yes.
Has networking been beneficial to your
Very
career?
much so. There's a lot of people I start connecting to, you know, so-and-so knows someone who knows this, who knows someone who needs that, and it starts working out like that.
Okay, good deal.
Mm-hmm.
So, going back to you, when you approach that table, okay, if you could give yourself advice, what would you tell yourself? If you could know then what you know now, I guess if you could do something different, what would it have been?
I probably would have still approached that table, but I would also let myself know that some people out there in the world, they don't come out as lucky. So there's some people that have a little bit more of a cynical perception of how things work, you know. Understand that there are different people with different perceptions on how things are, you know.
But there is, I think, a little bit of luck to it as well.
Yeah, there's a bit of luck to it. Yeah.
You can be good at what you do.
Mm-hmm.
You can work a lot, but if you don't meet the right people or get the right jobs, you're not going to get exposure, and you're going to flail around in
in the beginning, because I've also noticed that it's a little bit like percentage. You know, the more you keep going and keep going and keep going, the more you do increase your chances over time. It's a little bit like that.
Yeah, but the networking is
Yeah,
what pays off.
networking is a big
Network. Remember to
network.
Okay. So is there anything else you'd like to give tips or anything to anybody aspiring to be a graphic designer? Any last minute thoughts?
Trying to think of one. Trying to think of a good one. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Okay. Well, once again, I'm Joshua, and thank you for having me. And that was fun. That was fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed it.
Yep. And this is Tracy Kyles with Designer's Eye. As you can see, we're revamping finally. We're finally back. Hopefully over time. Hopefully over time, we're going to have more videos coming back up. Sorry for being AWOL for so long, but here we go.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, someone told me that I had to come to the communications table, but I want to be a graphic designer.
You do? Oh my goodness, that's fabulous. Stop. You came in from that side.
Blah, 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 blah. I love the
Okay.
smell of my own farts, blah, 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 blah.
That's perfect.
Blah, blah.
I want to be a graphic designer, and I want to talk to someone about it.
Okay. At least you got the most important aspect of visual communications down.
What?
I don't think
I don't think I...
Try it again.
Okay.
Try not to laugh.
How does the top of my head look?
Looks good.
Well, thank you. I use Prel.